Hello everyone, and welcome to the official announcement video for 2024's edition of the Sonic Hacking Contest, the biggest Sonic ROM hacking and modding event of all time. I am your host, HazelSpooder, and this here is your co-host, Giovanni.
Thank you, Hazel, for the introduction and for pronouncing my name right, yay! Anyway, in this video we will be introducing a whole assortment of new changes to the contest. Stick around until the end for the reveal of that time of the year when you'll be able to play this year's entries.
But first, a quick recap for those who haven't been following us for long. At the very tail end of 2023, there's been a change in management. As we speak, the hacking contest is now under the joint management of both myself and Giovanni. We both have followed the hacking contest for many years growing up, and are very passionate about the ROM hacking and modding scenes. But we also are very aware of some of the issues the contest has had for many years, and at times, it's felt very stuck in the past. After a few months of non-stop back and forth discussion with the rest of the staff, we've made some major changes that we hope everyone will enjoy. If you've been checking out our website or our socials in the past few months, you may have already heard of some of these changes. But, just in case you didn't, we'll run them down by you real quick.
Previous editions used to have an updates week in which those who sent in their submissions had 1 week of time after the expiration of the submission deadline to make updates that would finalize their entries. There's been a whole lot of confusion in regards to what kind of updates were allowed, whether it was a free-for-all or if it was meant to be solely for polish and bug fixes. To save everyone the confusion, we're shelving the entire updates week. Starting this year, outside of very specific exceptions in the form of game-breaking bug fixes, once your entry makes it past the submission deadline, that's it. To compensate for that, we're making the submission period 1 week longer than what you'd normally expect. Second major change is in regards to the Expo. We believe that among the Expo entries, there can be some hidden gems and pretty impressive technical experiments. It's the very same place where you found things like a beta version of Sonic 3D Director's Cut, courtesy of John Barton himself. However, we also understand that some people may have been turned off by the less satisfactory entries, which may have by proxy led to less interest in the Expo as a whole, along with the fact that these entries were separated from the actual contest.
We're going to address that issue by getting rid of the Expo as you know it. Starting this year, entries submitted to the main event can either be marked judged or unjudged at the discretion of the entrant, and they will appear right alongside each other. This basically means that a judged entry will now have the same worth and value as an unjudged entry. As a result, we're going to up the standards of unjudged entries to mostly match those of the main event. Having better quality control across the field never hurts, knowing what a lack of quality control can look like in a modding scene. We don't want the lump of unjudged entries to look like they're second-rate B-tier entries. We want them to be able to stack up to everything else you can find, with the only difference being that they won't be winning trophies.
Also, while we did have a few of those in the past few years, since we'd like to reach as many of you as possible, we're going to explicitly welcome translation entries at the Sonic Hacking Contest. Though they will only be allowed as unjudged entries, of course. The judge team can't speak every language known to man, which doesn't exactly make us the highest authorities on translations. However, since we've begun targeting international audiences with the introduction of the non-English media panel, it only makes sense to welcome hackers and modders willing to translate Sonic games into languages they were never originally localized into. Speaking of the judge team, an issue with past years was that was a judge to be assigned to a specific category of entries, they had to judge all entries of that given category, regardless of base game. This could lead to judges with a smaller degree of specialty forced to judge entries they may not have that much experience or familiarity with. This is no longer going to be the case, however. Starting this year, judges are free to opt in and out of judging entries for select games. Within reason, of course, as we wouldn't want specific games to be underjudged. We will let you know through a future announcement who is going to judge what.
Of course, we are still going to be dividing judges and entries in 3 macro categories of specialty. Those being ROM hack, modern 2D, and 3D. On screen, you'll see the lists of which game belongs in which category and what's accepted. Categories have been chosen based on the modding techniques behind the individual game, and you can find the full table linked in the video description. Should there be revisions, we will let you know through a later announcement, and the table will be updated accordingly. Of course, no contest would be a contest without its judges, and you might have seen a few new faces if you've been in our Discord server. Allow me to introduce to you our current judges for the Sonic Hacking Contest 2024.
If you're already making your entry for the contest, I'm sure you'll want to know what trophies are there to compete for. Of course, every trophy from last year is making a comeback for this year as well, but we're expanding the list with some returning trophies, starting off with a Green Hill trophy. You may remember it for being assigned to entries that play the most like an existing Sonic game, and it's keeping that purpose. Next up, we have another returning trophy, this one being for the most potential replayability. Now, I don't quite remember the name of this one, so let me look it up real quick. Oh!
We'll just call it the Chow Garden Trophy. Finally, we're bringing back the Eosian Sphere Trophy for the best new object or level gimmick. Now, some of you might be wondering, what the hell is an Eosian Sphere? I do too. Apparently it refers to this ball of red spheres you can spawn in Sonic 3's debug mode in Angel Island. This also appears in the game's 1103 prototype. Why is it called an Eosian Sphere? We don't know. Not even Google knows. There's an old Sonic Retro thread from 2009 discussing the origin of the name, and it turns out it may have been named by Ayla, the founder of our little hacking contest. Anyways, hoping to see a good number of people compete for these additions to the trophy list. We'll let you know if there's going to be any more trophies once we get closer to opening submissions. In the meantime, feel free to suggest any trophies in our Discord server.
And now, a statement from the host of the Mega Drive Music Contest.
Hi there, I'm NiphFM, and I'm the host of the Mega Drive Music Contest, which as of late 2022 has been running underneath the Sonic Hacking Contest banner. I would like to take a moment to thank both Hazel and Giovanni for the continuing support of mini-contests, and I look forward to what their leadership brings to the contest in the coming years. Alongside the announcement of the Sonic Hacking Contest 2024, I'd also like to announce that the Mega Drive Music Contest is opening its 7th round as of right now. Please join the SHC Discord if you wish to participate in any form, whether that be submitting, voting, joining the listening party, or even just being part of a growing community of chiptune musicians. This round's theme is to construct an EDM song under the Mega Drive's limitations. To find more details about the mini contest, again, please join the SHC Discord server. I can't wait to hear your submissions. Thank you.
Alright, we've been keeping you waiting for a while, and I'm sure you want to know when the contest week is this year. Well, I regret to inform you that this year, the Sonic Hacking Contest will not be having a contest week.
In fact, we're going to have more than that. We're having a contest week in 2 days. That doesn't really roll off the tongue very well, does it? Regardless, starting this year, we're going to experiment with extending the contest period past the usual 1 week. This year is going to last 9 days, from September 28th to October 6th. Hopefully things will go smoothly compared to last year, and we don't have any suspiciously Sonic Cross Shadow Generations release date shaped issues messing with our schedule. If there are issues, we still have plans to work around it. All submissions to the hacking contest, judged and unjudged, must be ready by September 8th, plus any submissions for trailer clips. So, quit sitting around and get going on your entry. Oh, on the topic of trailer clips, this was already briefly announced prior, but our trailer for this year will be made by Froozex, who was brought on for his absolutely stellar editing skills. We hope you're looking forward to seeing what he has planned, as we are too.
If you'd like to see examples of his work, you already did! The intro you watched at the start of this video was made by him, and we'll be using it for this and future SHC videos. Otherwise, if you'd like to see more, check out his YouTube channel, which we'll have linked in the description down below.
I think that's everything covered, so I think it's time for us to sign off. However, I would like to personally thank everyone who's been supporting us during this time and helping to push the contest forward more than ever. Judges, media panelists, site devs, moderators, even just the people who follow the event. Seriously, it means a lot to us. And personally, it helps give me motivation to keep going knowing I have the support, as hosting is a pretty big responsibility. I would also like to give a very special thanks to Giovanni as well for helping with managing any contest-related stuff whenever I'm not around. With all of that out of the way, here's to SHC 2024 being a great year. So get ready?
Set! Procrastinate!